Yeah, pony images there. Twilight Sparkle demonstrates my mental state for the last several days. And the inner frame thing here, that's apparently the inner frame of the Rising Freedom Gundam.
Oh.
If that's the freaking high grade, I'm impressed.
Wait, does it not have a stable connection between the waist and the chest?
The way these builds go, sometimes the inner frame needs the outer armor to properly connect.
Ah.
For instance, in the case of the daggers, the white part of the belly is where the actual peg to connect the torso and the pelvis is.
Okay.
It looks like the Rising Freedom is going to do the same thing.
Oh, what the hell? I get an ad on Twitch. It ends, and literally a second later, I get the exact same ad. Okay. Okay, I can see what you're doing here, Bakamon. I can see what you're doing here. Uh, One thing though, and I know you're not gonna like this, but no. Second off,
How do you keep top
hi.
decking that?
I I don't know. Thirdly, hello again.
Hello, Mario.
And last but not least,
Hello there.
Konnichiwa.
General Kenobi! I went more
Last
Emperor
but not
than
least.
Grievous with that one, but oh well.
Oh yeah, one more thing. That light should seem familiar to you.
So hello to what I'm calling the pre-show. Before
Sorry.
before well no, this happens every time. We go live and I spend a few minutes putting out the links. So all anyone sees is the welcome to the madness starting screen. Um I'm calling this the pre-show from now on. Welcome to the pre-show where Taro and Mekumon are playing a shadow game.
I
Honestly,
think
it's
it's
more
on my
like Taro.
spleen.
Honestly, it's more like Taro is ripping and tearing until it all is done for like 5 minutes.
And here I am just posting links for the thing.
Ah, you fool! You played right into my trap.
What card did I destroy anyway? Oh, great.
The wrong one. That's what.
And I will bring out, if it lets me.
Yeah, you thought you knew what I was doing. If you knew what I was doing, you wouldn't have destroyed that specific monster.
Alright. Hello everyone, welcome back to the stream. Cavern of Spooks. Same, yeah.
How about no? I am not getting screwed out of this strategy.
Who are you bringing out? Oh, hi!
When I said you destroyed the wrong monster, yeah.
Which one are you going for? Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's see, what will I draw? What's this? Oh!
Alright, so, at the request of Makeamon, today we are doing some nautical cosmic horror. Because there's nothing else like it. We're playing Dredge today. I just realized we started a little late here, but you know what? It's fine, because
Oh, great.
today was... This morning was eventful.
Good game.
You guys done beating each other up with cards?
Yeah, we're done. Sorry.
You're fine.
Honestly, I expected us to be done before the stream started.
Well,
Well, we did.
technically, you did finish before I hit new game.
And also, we were technically done with a duel, so...
Alrighty, dredging the
Fair enough.
depths. I still need to change that. Job listing. Angler wanted.
What the hell am I doing?
While that's loading, oh, there. Do you want to hear how far my ninja deck has got me in Master Tools, rank tools?
Sure.
I'm now silver.
My deck is just not to counter him, so I just keep losing.
I thought it was fire, but little did I know all I needed was a bit of stealth.
The morning light fills your eyes, and you try to sit upright. You're lying on the cold, wet dock when you collapse into the fatigue.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab some water.
Alright. Short man shouting orders at a handful of workers disembarking from a boat nearby. The man notices you. Welcome to the Greater Morrow. I must say, I'm quite the dramatic first impression. See, I see you've already introduced yourself to the jagged rocks along the bay. Did you not see the lighthouse? It was shining right at you. Ah, well. I'm glad to see our new fisherman upright and breathing. Your boat was hopelessly damaged, but I've had a few of the locals move your things to one of our old vessels. We'll catch up later to discuss more details. I'll let you get out there to catch some fish. See if you can fill your cargo while you get your bearings in the light. Finally, I don't suppose I need to say this, but get back by sundown before the fog rolls in. Keep a close eye on the time. It can really creep up on you.
What choice of words, my dude?
Catch a fish for the day.
Such a singular fish.
Alright, so this is how you fish in this game. You have to pull when the indicator is on green. Now, as it's going across, it'll still pull automatically. But this gives it a boost.
Fair enough.
Also doesn't help the time moves while you're fishing. So the boost is very much needed.
Man wasn't kidding when he said it'd creep up on you.
Yep. It's already, like, close to 11 a.m.
So it's already close to the day shift.
Oops. That was the wrong button.
Gesundheit.
That was a cough, but thank you.
I know it was a cough, but still.
So time only moves when you move. Got it.
Time only moves when you move. What is this? Super high?
I keep backing out by accident. Time to head back into the cavern. step onto the deck of Greater Morno, and the mayor is waiting nearby. I see you've returned in one piece. Very good. Before you head off to town, we should discuss the matter of your boat. As I mentioned earlier, your old boat was too badly damaged to be repaired. However, I'm more than happy to sell you that replacement vessel, yours to own. I understand you may not have the necessary funds on hand, so we'll consider it a loan. Well, I want to make this easy for you. Until your debt is repaid, a tiny portion of your fish sales will go towards paying it off. A small amount of interest will go towards improving the town. So to recap, you will need to sell fish to the local market, paying off the debt, and in turn keep the population fed and satisfied. Understood? Got it. Off you go then. Sell those fish while they're still fresh. To the fishmonger. You enter a Huh?
Go on.
You enter a squalid shack on the fringe of the marketplace. A familiar smell of fish fills the air. Flies buzz haphazardly around a downcast man behind the counter. You're the new fisherman, eh? Surprised they found a new one so fast. What happened to the other one? It takes a certain type of person to last out here. It's not a life for everyone. Anyway, to business. I'll pay you for fish.
I'm back.
Bigger and fresher means more money. Some species are just worth more too. Other towns on other islands might pay you different, but while you've still got a debt outstanding here, I suggest you work on paying it off first. So let's see what you got. Sell all fish.
Funny that you ended up reading, so let's see what you got.
Why?
Because it's here.
Wait, what is?
What is?
Remember that striker pack thing I ordered earlier this month?
Oh yeah!
Oh, hell yeah!
Originally, they said, oh, we're sorry, this got delayed so badly it might not show up until like October 4th. It's like November 4th at earliest. Well, I go downstairs to get some water. I see a box on the table.
Box!
Because I have to
Box!
make it a TF2 joke now.
Box!
So, I'm like, okay, maybe that's just something people brought in for like, decorations or something. People have been using my Amazon boxes to store things because it's convenient. But then I notice, it's sealed. Like, no new tape. It is sealed with the original batch of tape.
Maybe it's a crooked man.
Lo and behold, as I get a closer look, and I shake the box, that doesn't sound like any of the decorations we have.
That doesn't sound like a that doesn't sound like a crooked man.
So I end up taking a knife from the kitchen. I open the box, and there we go. There's the striker pack thing I ordered.
Sweet.
What I was gonna say was, doesn't sound like a white, black, and purple puppet.
Mayor is standing outside the fishmonger's store. Excellent work! I have no doubt you'll be able to provide for this town. Look here, I found this down by the docks. I'm sure someone like you could make something out of it. Why don't you take it?
So, be building this while we're streaming. But I do have one question to ask.
Yes?
I have 2 Master Grade Strike Gundams. One Classic Colors, one Rouge. I will be taking their backpacks off them so they can try these things off. Who gets what pack? There's a launcher pack, which is the long-range supporting fire pack, and then there's the sword pack, self-explanatory.
You said you have the Rouge Strike and what else?
Original colors.
Give the sword to the original colors.
Okay.
Oh, and one last thing, our local shipwright mentioned she might be able to make some modifications to your ship. You should pay her a visit. As you walk into the yard, you see the shipwright making repairs to your damaged hull. She looks up at you briefly before turning down the radio. You must be a new fisherman. I can make improvements to your vessel in the yard. Mind you, I'm not in the business of doing favors around here. Payment is up front and everything takes some time to install. Also, if you take on any damage from rocks or any damage at all, I can patch it up. Mostly. She shrugs and gestures towards the hole she's currently attempting to repair. Number of wooden boards is, well, number of wooden boards all well above the water line are splintered and scratched. Take a look around here. Take a look around. Just remember, the bigger the equipment, the longer it takes to install, so plan ahead.
We are following a person I choose to call Callan Wake. So before I even get to work, first things first. There's 2 stickers they want me to use because, well, fun fact about these striker packs. They originally came with an older version of the Master Grade Strike Gundam back in 2004-ish. So there's some yellow parts on the launcher striker that are not molded that way.
Okay.
And they give you stickers for that. Thankfully, I have a yellow Gundam marker. I was originally considering painting it gold, but then I realized there's no gold on my Master Grade Strike Gundam. I chose to leave that beef in yellow as well as the shield, so might as well match.
We got a Gulf Flounder. And a trophy.
So, here's a fun fact about the game that Bear's playing this time.
Go on.
I first heard about this game because Toonami on Adult Swim happened to do a review of it.
Hell yeah!
They gave it, I think, roughly an 8 out of 10.
I mean, Toonami tends to be pretty... what's the word? Forgiving in their reviews.
The way the reviews have worked, they seem to have cracked, like, over the years, they cracked down harder on games that didn't have much of a story to them.
Well, I mean... For a spaceship...
Like fighting games, for instance.
For a spaceship that's all about telling stories, I can kind of understand that.
I'm sorry, there's one quick joke I have to do since you're out at sea. There once was a ship named Belly of the...
Oh, the Wellerman. I'm back a little earlier than usual, but that's also because I'm full.
Fair enough.
I just picture like hey, in the freaking Equestria universe I've been setting up as Bear's character here, who I'm still going to call Callan Wake for the sake of the joke, returns. There's like his one an Alicorn with like all this gear going, hey. I hear you're looking for crew.
Do you know how to fish?
I can sail.
It's a motorboat. Don't need no sail.
Fair enough. Yeah. Know how to fish? Yeah.
Alright, fine. One Gulf flounder, and one gray eel. Alright.
Well, that's cool.
Alright. Now to just let the paint dry for that.
So, apparently the new Fize gear, the Fize phone is an actual touchscreen iPhone or something.
I mean, it makes sense.
Like, the app, there's no 555 anymore. You literally just press an app.
Oh, that sucks. Hunched woman approaches you from the steps to the lighthouse. She stops some distance away and looks at you with concern and visible apprehension. Why are you here? I've come to fish. There's nothing here for someone like you anymore. Do yourself a favor and move on. She turns and shuffles back along the path that leads to the light. Just the person I was hoping to see. Will you be sailing east towards Little Marrow? Would you give this package to the dock worker there, please? The contents don't feel like anything at all. Just a wrapped mess of shapes. Mayor hands you a small damp package bound in strings, dripping slightly. Dock worker will pay you upon delivery. Be quick about it, I don't want it to spoil. But don't forget to check your compass and map if you get lost. It's literally across the pond! I say pond, but I meant... Also, I didn't mean to hit the seat button, damn it. Undock. It's literally right ahead of me.
Don't get lost now, baby.
Yeah, I approach, and then suddenly I'm like all the way over there on that island.
Be careful, you might jinx yourself.
What? A delivery? Let's see here. If there's a small hole in the paper inside, you can't say for sure, but it feels as though he's shielding it from review. Yeah, nice and fresh. This will do nicely. I'll pay you, I suppose. He hands you some money. $25? Really? I was given this old book a few weeks back.
Better than 25 cents.
Yeah, true. But That didn't make much sense to me. I'm sure you'll get more use out of it. Oh, sustainable fishing. Pulls a crumpled book from his back pocket and hands it to you. Number of pages are folded over. Keep it in your cabin. Perhaps you can read it while you're on the water. Stop by for a chat anytime. I know how lonely it can be. You went to a brightly lit shop. It's packed with antiques. The shelves full of jewelry and other baubles. Old man peers at you over silver spectacles. Hello, is that? No, I don't believe we've met. Forgive me, my eyes aren't what they used to be. What are you writing? I specialize in antiques and jewelry. I'll purchase any special trinkets you happen to have. Have you got anything nice with you today, perhaps? Not unless you count a fishing rod, no. I got an engine. No? Okay.
You got this one weird guy who keeps getting attacked by fish jumping out of the water. Excuse me. Yeah, it turns out Midnight's good at catching a bunch of magic carp. Maybe the occasional fee bass.
And every so often, metal sea drum.
And on very, very rare occasions, fuck yes, Sea King. Because fuck yeah, Sea King.
Yup. I'd say the music is deceptively calm and soothing for what this game is, but then I remember what this game is, and I realize that's perfect.
Yep.
Hey, why is that Midnight guy throwing a robot over the side of the ship? Stop haunting me!
I have one fish for the order. I have a flounder. Still no eel, though.
I've never seen a runner labeled V before. I've never seen runners go to U and V before. Holy crap. I mean, granted, there aren't that many runners in this box, but, like, the fact that it could go that far? Wow. Though, on the tangent, there is something about this particular thing I got that had that like reminds me of an idea I had. So, short version. Bandai really needs to start making standalone Striker Pack kits more often. There's enough kits that are already Striker Pack compatible and enough adapters for the ones that aren't that you could legit just start selling Strike Gundam style Striker Packs as like standalone things, like the boosters and build fighters.
Oh yeah.
One in particular I'm very much hoping to see eventually is the Utori Striker.
Why does that sound familiar?
Its name roughly translates to Phoenix. The Strike Rouge wears this pack in Gundam Seed Destiny. It is effectively the final known evolution of the perfect strike concepts that the Gundam Seed universe has seen so far.
I think you've talked about this before.
So, let me just put it to you this way then. Do you remember the Build Strike full package at all?
Yes.
The blue booster that it wears on its back?
Yes.
That's based on the Utori Striker, just slimming it down to its bare basic elements.
Oh. I can't fish here. 20th August 1927. Oh shit.
It would honestly make sense for the time period the game is taking place in, considering, you know, the Lovecraftian themes.
Yep. At least no one is racist.
At least not here. Reminds me of a thing I wrote for, like, an alternate version of Midnight Sky. I showed this to you, like, yesterday. You know, back at home, we have a saying. A ship with a broken crew sinks right off the dock. The heck's that supposed to mean? It means the ocean doesn't give a crap about you or your opinions, and neither do I.
Alright, I have your eel. There you go. Squid and a whole black grouper?
Here we go. What is it this time?
What?
I think he done.
Mayor's walking quickly towards you. He said it's been good news and spooky stuff. Fantastic news. Thanks partly to your efforts, Greater Morrow is growing. Our town is sure to be swarming with visitors daily. In fact, I granted a consent for the shipwright to expand the facilities. The old dry dock is operational again. I've also allocated some money to improve the fishmonger's services. I might have something to talk to you about soon. Good work. We're glad you've chosen to be here with us. Dry dock. This is dry dock. We can make significant improvements to your vessel here. We're talking extra space, more attachment points for equipment, and even superior hulls. We'll need a decent stock of hard materials for these projects: lumber, metal scraps, that sort of thing. There's plenty of decent materials around the coast from various shipwrecks and the like. I'm sure you'll find a way to get at it. Okay, so... Screen keeps flipping. Oh man, I need a dredge. Until then, I'm just gonna get fish. What the fuck is wrong with this mackerel?
Holy mackerel, Batman!
Nothing holy about this mackerel.
Seriously, just looking at it makes my skin crawl.
You saying the word skin crawl actually made my skin crawl?
Alternative version, one suggested by Kraken here. A ship with a broken crew goes nowhere. Gets across the same vibe without coming across as, you know, hostile.
Right, the more I see about P3 R, the more and more I get excited about P6 whenever that comes out.
Again, the grotesque fish to the fishmonger. He grins, raising a fish up to his face before inhaling a deep, stuttering breath. Now this is the sort of specimen to liven up my day. I wonder. He runs his fingers firmly along the length of the fish, as though feeling for something. He pushes from one side of its stomach, and a small shape can be seen against the bulging scales. He slices the fish open. From its stomach, he pulls a small piece of fabric and spreads it on the counter. It's a delicately patterned handkerchief. Well, I've never seen that before in all my days. I'll give you this thing, and I'll pay you for the fish too, of course. It's not the first corrupted fish I've seen in these parts, so I'm sure you'll find more before too long. I'll pay you well if you find any more. Storage. Man looking at you through your cabin window. His face is mostly in shadow. I know what you took to the fishmonger. I'll be clear. I know you extracted an artifact from it. Maybe inspect it, but not here. Meet me on Blackstone Isle. Head out of this bay and cut south.
So now I've reached the first truly interesting part of this build.
Okay.
Technically, if I didn't have that Classic Colors Strike Gundam, I would be unable to fully complete this build, because remember how I mentioned this was made for an older version of the Master Grade?
Mm-hmm.
Well, because it was made for that older version, and this newer version has... its shoulders are slightly, you know, thicker than the older ones. The sword strike's shoulder piece would never actually fit properly.
Huh.
So, in the runners for the Strike remaster, the AL Strike remaster. Too many things in Gundam lately. The Strike remaster gives you a bunch of these brain is stopping. These little modifying parts, these little adapters to help kind of make the things a little easier.
Alright, we're gonna try some night fishing. Hold on to your underpants, folks. Squid!
Beautiful. There we go.
Are those eyes in the fog?
Don't mind that. The fog likes to watch.
Also, that rock came out of nowhere. Look at this.
Beam saber hands. There we go. That's the set of fingers I needed.
My light just turned off. That ain't good. The man is standing in a doorway watching you approach. He's holding an old book in one hand. It's bound in crimson with silver ribbons.
Oh, that's a bad sign.
Yep. Good. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a collector of many things. Art and artifacts, treasures and truths and curios that occupy the periphery of desire. You have something for me. Give the handkerchief to the collector. He holds it to the flickering light and says, These patterns are unmistakable. Even after all this time, this handkerchief comes from an old ship I've been searching for. It sank many years ago. It carried items of great importance, as you can imagine. Retrieving them is proving to be a challenge. That's where you come in. My proposition is this. I'll outfit your vessel with equipment that will let you dredge the wrecks in dark depths. Find me these lost relics, and I will reward you in ways beyond all imagining.
The language you're using is freaking me out, sir.
You need not give up your fishing career. I merely need a few hours with your vessel to make the necessary alterations. What do you say? I accept! An excellent decision. I'll prepare the equipment immediately. The relics we're looking for are a ring, a necklace, a watch, and a music box. And a key. I would encourage you to ask around the towns about shipwrecks or other strange occurrences. Anything might be worth investigating. Return when you have something. I hope I gave that guy a proper, kind of creepy douchebag voice. Because that's what I was trying for.
Well, it certainly succeeded for me.
So, dredging is a little different from fishing. Here, you have to keep the arrow from hitting any of the black spots. I As you can tell by the big eye, I had a rough night. I am freaking the fuck out. Fisherman, have you run into a photographer on your travels? She's docked here a few days. She docked here a few days ago with supplies. I suggested that she take some pictures of the town for promotional purposes, but she didn't seem too interested. She mentioned she was heading south. Perhaps you should introduce yourself. First, fisherman. I have 2 squid. That's actually all I have. Oh.
So here's a fun fact about the launcher and sword strikes. Given the fact that this was still early on in the Gundam Seed timeline, and thus mobile suits were entirely battery powered at this stage, the strike needed to hit all the extra juice it could get for its gimmick to work, that being the modular striker packs. To accomplish this, each striker pack has its own built-in battery that can be charged independently of the mobile suit. So, if the strike were to run low on power, simply swapping the backpack packs would allow you to keep fighting.
Builder.
And what really got me interested was the fact that the little battery packs they have building for this master grade are very similar, if not almost identical, to the ones that come in the battery extender for the perfect strike that is in the master grade strike version remaster. So you could legit swap the batteries around and have white batteries in the other striker packs, or her multicolor battery packs in the extension for the Ale Strike if you wanted.
Okay.
Nope, wait. They're just slightly different, the Sword Strike and the Ale Strike. Oh well.
Flounder's nice, but it's big and it takes a lot of space.
No, I always found his character in Little Mermaid to be annoying anyway.
Yo, Stingray! Found some wood. It's got all I can carry too.
Fortunately, what?
Father.
To be fast and free and young, when I count myself among the fortunate ones. We won't be denied.
My name, only son was lost at sea, son of Job. He's still out there somewhere among his wrecks, all running for dark water.
It figures. You mentioned squid earlier, and my stupid ass brain has this delayed reaction, and now I'm just hearing that freaking sequence on Quintessa in the movie. Cop! Grimlock! Slag! Anybody!
I think we'll get coming.
Alright, Toro.
Rest easy, man.
See ya.
Wait, painter? I don't remember there being a painter.
Figures it took him long enough, but I'm finally starting to see people who'll start to give Rodimus a break online.
Yeah.
There's obviously still the people who will refuse to let go of the joke because pissing people off is funny, but... I'm seeing a lot more positivity thrown Hot Rod's way lately. I imagine a good chunk of the Gen 1ers are having allergic reactions.
I have a flag!
He finally gets to dock. Hey, wait a minute. Where'd that midnight guy go? Where'd that midnight guy go? Oh yeah, Gyarados shot out of the water and took him. And you didn't tell me? How did you not notice? That thing was huge and it was loud. A few hours later, the Gyarados washes up on shore with midnight on its back.
Yeah.
I have seen all of the things I don't want to see today.
I have seen things no one should ever see. They had a TV playing Cool World down there. Do you have any idea how traumatizing that film can be?
And in the other room, there was nothing but Biodome with Pauly Shore on loop!
Oh, Jesus! I thought I had the scary one. You went straight with the Pauly Shore. Damn.
I had to use the Weird Al reference.
Fair enough. Alright, time to look for some lumber and scrap.
I still look forward to the day I can accurately recreate that crazed laugh Weird Al does in that song. funny enough, the creation of that song in and of itself was a joke. Weird Al was effectively creating a take that against how songs seem to get longer while adding nothing of substance. We don't deserve him.
We don't.
But the world is still better with him in it anyway.
Yes, it is.
So, what's your favorite Weird Al song?
Oh boy.
Trick question. There's no such thing as a favorite Weird Al song. They're all good.
Now see, that's what you say if you ask someone, "What's your least favorite Weird Al song?"
Fair enough. I'll have to remember that. If I had to pick what out of the ones I consider my favorites, though, there's obviously Dare to Be Stupid.
Which I fucking love.
But there's also Virus Alert, Stop Forwarding That Crap to Me, Word Crimes, Tacky, and Foil. Excuse me. He's just gonna make a song about a little bit of foil keeping food fresh, and then he pulls the rug out from under you and turns it into a conspiracy theory.
What the fuck was that? Is that another ship? That looks like another ship. I'm not seeing a single other ship out here. Why is... Hello? Oh, fuck! Aw, man, I lost the metal scrap!
That's what happens when you walk through junkie on land.
That's what happens when you come across a frickin' anglerfish disguised as a trawler.
I'm not sure I want to know, but I also know I'm going to find out by the end of this anyway. Also, someone had to ask me whether I'd prefer Eric Idle coming back as Wreck-Gar or Weird Al doing it. I think I'd prefer Weird Al.
Yep.
Nothing against Eric Idle. The man's talented and hilarious, especially in the stuff he's most well known for, Monty Python. But I just feel like Weird Al is a better fit.
Yeah. Although I guess like it also kind of like depends on like the portrayal of Rekgar, because I mean remember the movie was like had a whole bunch of A-list names.
And also, the way Rekgar was like characterized was a lot different. So, fun fact. Eric Idle almost reprised his role as Rekgar for animated, but turned out to be too busy at the time.
Oh. Well, actually I shouldn't say oh because we got
Weird Al was their second choice, because of the reference to Dare to Be Stupid.
yeah!
To the point Rekgar himself quotes the freaking title of the song.
I am Rekgar and I dare to be stupid.
The animated version of Rekgar is just as like a child trying to figure out what he wants to do with himself, with way too much energy to spare.
Yep.
Oh, God, a horrifying thought just occurred to me. If the Junkions were portrayed today with the same mindset as their G1 portrayal in the movie, they'd be quoting internet memes.
Okay, let's not. I don't need fucking Rekgar saying, "Can I have cheeseburger?"
Or a bunch of Junkions chanting the Yan Cat song as they're chasing down intruders.
That would actually be terrifying. Is it weird that I would want to see that?
Honestly, it's hilarious and terrifying at the same time. I'd say go for it. Terrifying if you're the one being chased. Hilarious if you're just watching it happen.
Yeah. I remember making this joke before, but it's like you're going down a dark alley. What would you rather come across? A man with a knife ready to kill you, or a full like a 6 foot tall man running full blast at you, screaming, "It's Britney, bitch!"
I think I'd rather take my chances with the guy with the knife.
Yeah.
At least with that, I know what to expect. Until he starts shouting, "It's Britney, bitch," and gets backup dancers out of nowhere.
I always love bringing that up because, like, hey, what's scarier, a mugger or a 6 foot tall, full grown man sprinting, like, running at you full blast while screaming, "It's Britney, bitch"? And everyone said the mugger is what they would rather have to deal with.
Because with the mugger, there's a chance you can fend him off. The other guy is too crazy to process.
Yeah. Found a weird ass squid.
Hello, my name is Squidward Tortellini? That's weird.
Sir, I have some trinkets and baubles to sell you. Thank you. So, the collector gave me an ability called Haste, which it lets me speed up my boat, but it can overheat the engines and it will cause panic. It'll damage the engines and I will slowly gain panic over time. So it's a sort of give and take situation. Yeah, alright. I'm gonna sell you this weird looking fish, or squid, this weird looking squid, and then the rest of my squid.
There's a tentacle in the batch. And yes, I will be making a bunch of water-type Pokemon jokes.
As you should.
As the player returns to their ship, Midnight is running around screaming as there's a Pukumuku attached to his face. Not even necessarily a water type, at least I don't remember, but definitely something that lives near water.
Let's see if we can find that little scrap again. Well, actually, first, let's get these crab pots. Actually, I didn't mean to actually take the pot. Just one crab.
So, my headcanon is that if you're outside of any given Fallout Wasteland, whatever, the Wild Wasteland trait becomes Wild World trait. Bless you.
That was a cough, but thank you. lot of fish, not a lot of scrap. I mean, hey, fish is still good for business.
I just imagine, like, over the rainy day one day, the third crew member just walks up and taps Callan Wake on the shoulder and says, boss? Or what is it this time? Points out to the water, and Midnight's now being forced to wrestle a Kyogre. And he's screaming the entire time. He is terrified. Like, for some reason, my brain conjures the mental image of this one joke from Courage the Cowardly Dog, where you see Eustace is, like, in the jaws of this weird mutant squirrel thing, pounding on its head as it's trying to shake him off, like, shake him up.
Alright, it is getting dark. I'm just gonna go back over here to this currently uninhabited island and just sleep. Preferably in my boat.
At some point, someone has to ask, what is it about it that attracts all these freaking things? I mean, it's great for business. That Kyogre got a pretty penny on the market afterwards, but, like...
Like, how does this keep happening? Finally, some other screen.
Now I just gotta build the sword part of the sword strike itself, and I'll be done with that.
Back to town before it gets too dark.
So, one more thing I have for, like, fun facts about the Sword Striker.
Okay.
The sword itself that the Striker Pack is named after was originally supposed to have a beam gun in the hilt.
come it doesn't have the beam? What? The beam? Yeah.
The beam gun?
Yeah.
Well, simply put, plans changed the last second. It was a prototype, and the test version that the Strike got and used throughout its career was like, even though it was never used on the show, it got a secondary, smaller beam blade. The beam gun was supposed to be for you who's like either you're shooting it over the Strike's shoulder or for her like what distance attacks you can get when you have this equipped, or while the thing is equipped to the Sky Grasper or Cosmo Grasper, effectively the delivery vehicle for these striker packs. Again, ultimately, plans changed and that wound up not happening.
Now I'm just getting a person from one island to another. Getting her away from Greater Morrow to this little island that's pretty much just uninhabited.
It occurs to me that I really did give Midnight a 10 stat in luck with that Wild Wasteland. Every misfortunate, unfortunate mishap he suffers, the captain profits from with his getting to sell the thing that showed up.
Alright, time to dredge up the rest of this stuff I didn't get before.
So people make jokes a lot about like the choice of names the Gundam Seed timeline gives the weapons and other stuff it has.
I mean, it can't be any worse than the actual people names.
The sword in question for the Sword Striker is called the Schwertgewehr,
Oh my fucking god.
which basically just means big sword. And thankfully, this is one of the worst examples. They're not all this bad.
I would hope not.
The Sword Striker pack itself gets the brunt of them, so let's see where to go next. The Panzer Eisen rocket anchor. Basically, it's just a freaking grappling hook.
I think I've seen that before.
It's built into the Sword Strike's shield.
Ah.
The Sword Strike's not the only machine to have this thing, but that doesn't stop the name from being, you know, that.
Fair.
And then there's the beam boomerang that you would see attached to the shoulder.
Oh lord, what's it called?
Midas Messer.
It's not as bad as I thought it'd be.
Now, like I said, for the most part, the worst names / wackiest names went to the Sword Striker. In the case of the Launcher Striker, we have the Combo Weapon Pod, which is on the nose, but it works.
Don't fix it.
This particular piece of equipment would be fitted onto the Strike's right shoulder.
I just caught a lumpy mackerel.
Lumpy, huh? I name you Ed.
And also a cerebral crab. Which coincidentally...
Choosing not to make the brainstorm joke.
Coincidentally, the painter one is so... I'm gonna head over to him.
But, yeah. The combo weapon pod, typically fitted around on the Strike's right shoulder, consists of an anti-ship Vulcan gun, which is a larger overall thing, both the barrels themselves and the ammo it uses, than the head Vulcans. And there's also a multi-launcher in the same vein as the ground-type Gundam.
Oh.
You could launch grenades, flares, small missiles. The issue with the Launcher Striker is that it doesn't really have any close combat equipment. You'd be relying on whatever the Strike has on hand for that, which in that case, you've got a pair of knives. Or if you got the old 1-100 no grade, using that for gunpla battle and modified the side skirts, there's a pair of beam sabers you could fit in there.
I mean, that's better than knives.
These are physical knives that also have the ability to vibrate at an intense frequency that's been known to pierce through most forms of armor. Phase shift armor being the most notable exception.
So I think the fishmonger is now having his own Lovecraftian horror haunting him right now. Told you shouldn't eat that lumpy mackerel.
The largest and most notable weapon on the Launcher Striker is the Agni Hyper Impulse Beam Cannon. Yeah, it's named the Agni.
I don't feel like I've heard that before.
Agni Kai.
Oh.
Agni Mon. So, yeah. There you have it. There's the Agni, there's the combo weapon pod, and that's really all the that's all the Launcher Striker brings. However, and this is the part that's irritating for pilots, the Launcher Striker's Agni is such a power hog that its best use is if you are just parked on top of the ship with a cable connecting the Launcher Striker itself to the ship. You know how Elgine Mark II would connect itself to the cannon?
Yeah.
Imagine doing that to the ship.
Holy fuck. It really... Damn, that really is a power hog.
The mobile suit can get a limited number of shots when it has only the built-in battery to work with. That said, if you aim well, it's all you need.
I suppose there's that.
When Kira Yamato did what he did with the Launcher Striker and the ship, it was basically a desperation play because he needed sustained fire.
Okay. Boulder.
We've seen more than once that abusing the Launcher Striker's Agni tends to lead to phase shift armor powering down as the Gundam attempts to conserve any energy it has left.
Right.
Now, again, in order to run this one weapon, that's why the Launcher Striker has the extra battery in place. And then there's the perfect strike. How exactly do I describe that monstrosity? Oh yeah. It makes the Launcher Striker look, well, significantly less greedy.
So, because I gave that fish to the fishmonger. Oh. Never mind, I thought he'd be out of commission for more than a day, for more than just like a day. But never mind. Just forget everything I was about to say.
And I say this because the Launcher Striker only needed one extra battery to do its job.
Okay.
Counting the one in the Agni itself and the base one in the Ale Strike, the Perfect Strike has 6.
Oh. Damn.
They even acknowledge how much of a power hog it is when Kira Yamato, just before the battle, like long before the Battle of Orb, like they acknowledge that the Perfect Strike is possible, like from the get-go. They show the striker pack necessary for it, the multi-assault striker. Back when they're still doing their desert arc.
Ah.
And Kira says he basically refuses to use it because it is too much of a liability. Not only is it a massive power drain, so you've only got so much energy to work with, but it's got this neat little problem of being incredibly heavy.
Ooh.
Makes you wonder why they never bothered using it in space.
Oversight?
Either way, the Sword Striker's done.
Whew. So yeah, this is mostly what the game is, just going back and forth fishing. Of course, there's like all sorts of other stuff that you can do. Like the collector wants me to go to a specific area and look for something, which I will probably get to once I have some better equipment.
Final bit of trivia for the sword strike here before I move on to the launcher. This was the first striker pack to get a confirmed Gundam kill.
Ooh.
The Gundam it destroyed was the Blitz Gundam.
I think I remember that.
Which has led to a bit of arguments in the fan base because of the way the remaster treats the scene that happens.
Because when isn't there an argument in the Gundam fandom?
True. So, the debate here is that in the original version of the show, as it was broadcast on TV back in 2002, the strike that killed the Gundam was very much intentional.
Okay.
I'm charged with the strike, attacked one of its teammates, leading to Kira Yamato and the strike gun in order to defend himself, and the beam blade portion itself slicing directly cockpit of the Blitz.
You're cutting in now.
Basically, the remaster made the kill look like an accident.
Well, of course, it's precious Jesus Yamato.
Despite the fact that Kira had gotten intentional kills on multiple opponents prior to this.
Yeah.
But no, because this was a named character in Kira's age range, naturally now he has to have the crisis of faith. I don't hold that against him too much. Whether the kill was intentional or not, that would still shake anybody. This was someone I knew.
Yeah, that would be bad for anyone.
And it's basically because of this instance that Kira vowed never to kill anyone again if he could help it, and the Freedom Gundam ended up being written the way it was. I will give credit where it's due with the Freedom, though. At the very least, his combat tactics were a lot more varied than I initially gave him credit for when I went through a full actual watch beginning to end of Gundam Seed Remaster. Like, it's not just constant use of full burst mode. He's not, like, as much as people joke about him being the king of beam spam, he actually did vary up his tactics a bit and used the beam sabers very frequently.
Oh. I'll be right back. I gotta take my afternoon meds because I took my morning meds at around 11:50. So I took them a little later than usual. So I'm taking my afternoon meds a little later than usual, just so it all balances out. And I'm back. Oh. Make them on left. Looks like I'm on my own again. Well, done this on my own before. Have to do it again. Everyone's internet must have crapped out on him. Or had a crash. That's fine. Didn't realize I had. Okay.
Derp cord at it again.
Yeah, I figured something happened because I checked and you weren't there, and then Lonesome Road started playing in my head.
Oh boy.
I even told the audience, whoever's watching, that something must have happened to make them on. Well, that's fine. I've done this. I've done this on my own before. I'm sure I can do it again. That being said, thank God you're back.
Yeah, I never meant to leave. Testing, testing, making sure it didn't crash on me a second time.
Oh, I can still hear you.
Good. Sometimes it has crashed on me twice in a row, so yeah. Now, let's just send a little something into the voice chats.
Oh God! Another one of those anglerfish things. Fuck!
I can't take any pictures right now. The camera keeps crashing.
Weird.
I'll get to it later. For now, I'm just gonna hit the sword strike on the stand and go have the strike rouge. Be right back.
I just got a new thing that'll let me catch coastal shellfish, which I never had fishing rods for that, but hey. Alright, now I can catch oceanic fish. Let's see if I can catch some big ones after I catch some small ones.
I'll be a little while longer. I think he dropped a part.
Oh, alright.
Of course, the cheek vent pops off at the worst possible time. One of the classic color strikes face vents popped off, and now I can't find it. I'll find it later. So, to keep this strike train going, I guess.
Well, I was gonna say before you start, I'm gonna end the stream here. Sorry.
Then I do have at least one very brief piece of trivia. Of all 3 striker packs available, the sword, the ale, and the launcher was used the least.
Was that the one with the big ass gun?
Yes. Its lack of close combat options was presumably what led to being used less. And that was it.
Alright. Yeah, so this is it for Dredge. I know not a whole lot happened. But, I mean, still fun, right? Who the
Yeah.
hell? Okay, hold on.
It's this
Someone's
weird kind
calling
of
me.
chill horror.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, all I was saying was that it's got this weird kind of paradoxically chill horror vibe to it.
Yeah, because, like, during the day it's all nice and relaxed, but then you get moments of, like, the fog rolls in. You start seeing things out in the dark. You start finding some fish that are
Abnormal.
abnormal. And like the further you go with the story, the weirder shit gets. So, thank you all for watching. This has been Vegas Bear 92.
And Meikumon.
Taro was here at the beginning, but then he jumped off the ship and was eaten by a Lovecraftian monster.
I think that's him out there over now. Oh. No, wait, that's Driftwood.
And we will see you tomorrow with more Cavern of Spooks. Probably do something with some more story to it, maybe. Maybe Killer Frequency. I love this game. Anyway, until then, see y'all next stream. Peace.